Hello again, everyone. Edwin Learnard back once again. In this YouTube astrological segment, I'm going to be talking about Vesta in the ninth house in a natal chart. Now, where Vesta is placed in one's natal chart can show very strong power of concentration of power. It's generally an area where you don't allow extraneous things to interfere with what you're doing, and this could also be where you show a lot of focus and concentration. So anyway, well, if you have Vesta in the ninth house, this strong focus and concentration, well, this could be on ninth house matters such as higher education, philosophy, religion, in-laws if applicable. If you have a second marriage, then this is where you might show more power of concentration than usual. Abstract thinking, long distance travel, and publishing. Now, also where you have Vesta in your natal chart can also show where you may have that sexual partner, that I should say that rationalized or analyzed sexual partner, that one which you may select through the process of rationalization and analysis. Now, this could be somebody, being in the ninth house, it could be a foreigner, someone you meet in another country, it could be somebody that's college educated, that perpetual learner, that's somebody that really gets a lot of has gotten a lot of education after high school, an abstract thinker. And keep in mind that this is the ninth house corresponds with the zodiac sign Sagittarius, so there might be some Sagittarius-like undercurrents with this. So this person may also be somebody that's very expansive, exuberant, optimistic, and visionary, and kind of that glass half full kind of person, very philosophical. Now, also, where Vesta is placed in the natal chart can show where you have a lot of strong devotion and dedication. Now, given this is the ninth house, this could be in post-high school learning. This could be in long-distance traveling abroad, in-laws if you do have them, and grandchildren if you do have them. Now, also in religion and philosophy. So, anyway, another thing that Vesta is associated with in a natal chart is where you want to be infallible and perfect. Now, I understand hardly anybody is perfect or infallible in any way, shape, or form, but this is where you have that strong desire to be as close to perfect as possible. And this could be in matters connected with publishing and post high school education, and even in your religious matters and things of a philosophical nature. Now, also, where Vesta is placed in a natal chart can show where you don't want to be restricted. And being in the ninth house, this could be in matters connected with publishing, post-high school learning, long journeys, expanding horizons, and even exploration. So, also, where Vesta is located in our natal charts can show where we need to extricate ourselves from time to time and need to escape from, because if we don't, then our energy could be dissipated and depleted. And being in the ninth house, these areas could be connected with publishing, connected with higher learning, and even if you have them, if applicable, activities with in-laws and grandchildren even. So anyway, well, it's also important to look at the sign that Vesta is in, as this could impact the delineation and description. Now, let's say you have Vesta in Aquarius in the ninth house in your natal chart. Well, this could show strong dedication and devotion to perhaps higher learning, but being an Aquarius, it could very well be an unusual subject or something else Aquarius-like that might be like aeronautics, computers, electronics, even rocket science, or an esoteric subject. And say, let's say Vesta is in Sagittarius in your ninth house in your natal chart, well, this could show that same devotion, dedication, higher learning, but done perhaps with a lot of Sagittarius, like exuberance and optimism and enthusiasm. And anyway, it's also important to look at the aspects, if any, that are made to your Vesta in the ninth house, as this could impact the delineation and description as well. Now, let's say, for example, you have Mars making a positive aspect to your Vesta in your ninth house. Let's say it makes a sextile or trine to your Vesta in your ninth house. Well, this could show you would have that strong dedication to ninth house matters such as philosophy, perhaps publishing, religion. But Mars in a sextile trine to it could give very good vitality and energy to carry out those things. Let's say that Jupiter, it makes an adverse aspect to your Vesta in your ninth house in your natal chart. Let's say Jupiter either makes a square, opposition, or even an inconjunct to that placement. Well, this could show some vacillation and distortion of energy. There might be in matters that you may be dedicated to and devoted to in the ninth house. I mean, this could be where, for example, matters with grandchildren or in-laws, if you do have either one of them, where you could be maybe very enthusiastic and exuberant in 1 minute with those activities, and the next minute you might be a little down on them or pessimistic, or you might simply put an overabundance of energy into it one moment, and maybe the next minute you don't really, and maybe not as much. And this could apply also to matters with higher education. It could be where you may be really enthusiastic and exuberant 1 minute about some post-high school studies, and then the next minute perhaps you're really not, and you're feeling more despondent about it, or you just don't have that enthusiasm really to do those things, and as far as the things connected with higher education and post-high school learning. So anyway, people, that'll conclude this YouTube astrological segment for Vesta in the ninth house in a natal chart, and stay tuned next time where I'll be talking about Vesta in the 10th house in a natal chart. Two things I want to get with you on before I head out. Firstly, the stars may impel but do not compel, and secondly, never isolate any single astrological element, aspect, planetary placement, position, configuration, influence, or what have you, and make an analysis of a person astrologically speaking based on this alone, because astrologically speaking, the person is the sum of all their components in their natal chart and not just one. Until next time, people, stay well.